We're talking CES, Community Spotlight, and our 2012 predictions next on the AggroCast. Welcome to the AggroCast, the official podcast of AggroGamer.com. This is episode 91, and I am Brian Bentley. With me on this intrepid beginning to 2012 are Matthew Waite and Corey Dockendorf. What's going on, guys?
Not much, you?
Not much. Corey?
Just kicking it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You guys have a good holiday, good start to your 2012?
No.
Oh.
Not really. But I hope the rest of the year gets better.
Yeah, same here.
Well, with the kind of lineup that looks like it's going to be coming out in 2012, it might just be that.
I'm pretty excited. 2012 looks to be probably an epic year for video games. So
Definitely.
I mean, it's not like, every year, of course, is epic in its own way, but, there are just a few titles out there that I think are really going to hit big time. I don't think it's any BioShock Infinite right off the bat. It's one I'm thinking of in the next couple of months that's really going to, I think it's really going to destroy it. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
We'll see.
I did try to play Kingdoms of Amular Reckoning demo today on my PC.
Mm-hmm.
And my guy decided he wasn't going to actually wake up. The screen just stayed black. I'm like, I see the map and I can move around, but apparently I'm going to play this blind.
Well,
I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem at all.
I was so excited. I downloaded Kingdoms of Amular on every system I had: PS3, Xbox, PC, and I've played it on every system that I've had.
Nice.
Wow, you really are excited about this game.
I'm pretty stoked. Just for the writing alone, and with the powerhouse of developers and the team behind it, I've been waiting years for this game to come out and been waiting to hear anything about it. And to actually get hands on it is a very exciting thing. Yeah, it's kind of buggy here or there, but what do you expect? And then with only about a week away till it comes out, I'm pretty much sold on it.
Yeah. So now, are you going to play it on all three platforms, or do you
no?
What you're going to focus on?
Normally I'm a big PC fan, but I think I'm going to actually stick with Xbox. It's just more comfortable being on the controller. That's what it's meant for. Yeah, it's an RPG, and normally I'd play it on PC, but there's something about the action combat system that I'd really like on a controller.
Hell yeah.
Matt, have you been able to have a chance at the demo or no?
I've played it like 10 times already.
Whoa.
Yeah. I am completely in love with the game.
Holy crap.
Like every single different time I play the demo, I always, I should go over there. Oh, that's so cool. Next time, I'll go over there. Oh, that's even cooler.
I feel like it's like KOA is like the love child between Skyrim and Fable 3.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
So you have this very cartoony feel, meeting new characters, and everybody has their individual personality, but on the other hand, you have this open sandbox world like Skyrim, and you have this character that you can make become anything you want. So it's just it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, now Matt, what did you play the demo on?
360.
360, okay.
Good call.
Now, have they talked, is there going to be any co-op for that?
Well, it's the predecessor to Copernicus, which is supposed to be the MMO. That's supposed to be set in the same world. So I don't know. I know that it does have to sync up with the EA system, so you do have to be on a live internet connection.
Yeah, that was really annoying.
Well, that's going to be for, DLC and giving you more stuff to do and buying stuff in a virtual store and doing all that fun stuff. And that was one of the things that kind of persuaded me to go away from PC was it's on Origin.
Yeah.
And I have Steam. I don't need Origin. So
Well, you can buy it on Origin or on Steam because I saw it on there today.
Oh, snap!
But I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend. I mean, why are they trying to make PC games $60? I really do not understand this. I mean, besides the fact that make money. I mean, like
that would
that
be why.
Seems obvious.
Okay. I mean, you've got to consider these aren't little independent companies on Steam anymore. This is a lot. I mean, why is Skyrim $60?
Yeah, I guess I didn't feel bad about paying $60 for that.
It's one of those things like, are you going to play it? Is it worth $60? I'll tell you after I play it all the way through a couple times.
So other than, it does seem to be demo season. I don't know, have either of you guys played the Final Fantasy XIII-2 demo?
Nope.
No, and I won't.
Oh man, because I played that and it actually made me break out the first one. I threw it back in and started playing it again.
Why?
Because I know a lot of people didn't like the original 13, but I really like the combat system. I like to sit there and think about what paradigm I'm going to use and the strategy I'm taking into each battle, and I really, really enjoyed that. And there was a lot more of that in the demo, and I really I loved that part. And I like that they have the new time thing where when an enemy shows up, you get to a chance to get a preemptive strike type thing on it. I like that.
Nice.
So I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the 31st when I get my collector's edition.
Nice.
On the old PS3. So, what have you guys been playing? I know we talked about some demos already. Has there been anything else that's been kind of jumping out at you as far as what you've been playing, or over the last few weeks?
Star Wars: The Old Republic. Sorry.
I don't know anything about that game.
Yeah, be happy you don't. It's taking over my life. It's horrible.
Oh, man.
I'm on a WoW hiatus, so it's all Star Wars lately.
Oh, jeez, man. That's brutal.
Now, what are you playing?
Okay, you know what? Before we get started, I am not playing a Jedi. Let's get that right out here right now, and I'm not playing a Sith. I am a Stormtrooper.
Oh, yeah.
Really? What up? I am a Stormtrooper, and I have.
So you're the only Stormtrooper, right?
Yeah, pretty much every group that I ever get into, it's like me and all Jedis. I'm actually playing through the game with about 3 of my friends because you only have to have 4 to do a lot of the dungeons and what's called quote unquote flashpoints, which is cool because it's a lot easier to get 4 than 5. And we have all the classes, but all 3 of them Jedis. Me, Stormtrooper. I just sit back and blow things up, dude. It's awesome. It's great. And I've said it back in the past. I was like, I don't think I want to sit there and listen to the story all the way through Star Wars: The Old Republic. And I was like, I don't want to do that. It's going to take forever, hours on end. And you know what? I love it.
Really?
It's really great. It's literally like being in the Star Wars universe. I feel enthralled. I feel like I actually have to care about what's happening. And what's fun is that you can make decisions that will change the outcome of whatever situation you're in. For instance, there's a situation in like one of the first flashpoints. You run up and they go, hey, in order to save this ship, you either have to close the airlock and kill everybody, or you have to find an alternate way and fight through a bunch more guys and go through like a boss battle and try and sacrifice yourself to save these people. And depending on the outcome, changes the story and how it all ends. And it's very cool that there's a dynamic like that in an MMO. And when you have a group that you have, for instance, I have a friend who's a Jedi, but he's playing very, very much the dark side. When all 4 of you are standing there, it basically does a roll, and whoever gets the highest roll gets to pick what the dialogue is. So when everybody says, no, don't kill them, and the one guy wins, and he's like, yeah, kill him, everybody goes, oh. So it's a really fun dynamic. I really enjoy it. It's probably my game of the year for last year. It actually beats Skyrim out because I actually put Skyrim down specifically to play this game, and it's eating my time. And I hope that, and I don't say that it's the WoW killer, but I do say that it is probably the next best thing.
So, now what's going to happen when silly pandas come out?
Pandas. I'm going to play pandas.
Yep, pandas.
I'm going to play pandas. I'm that's not, dude. It's Chinese New Year. Let's not do this. I'm just letting you know. There will be fireworks. There will be pandas. There will be Chinese dragons dancing down the streets while my warrior destroys it. It'll be amazing.
What?
I mean, it's WoW. But you know why? You know why? Because WoW did the smart thing and got everybody locked in for a year with Diablo 3. That's what WoW did. So you know what? Who cares what happens? Because everybody has to pay for it for the next year if they want Diablo 3 for free. So no matter what, WoW is going to get their money. So I'm not so worried about them. Me not playing them is not going to break that game whatsoever. I promise you. Because, before the end of the year, when Diablo 3 is released, hell, when the beta is released, everybody's going to drop everything to play Diablo 3. So, Pandas, whatever, who cares? Diablo 3 is coming out, people. Blizzard has more than one title, and, the new StarCraft Heart of the Swarm is coming out this year, too. So,
people still care about that?
Dude, I love that game, so I'm ready for the new, what I saw with that with Kerrigan, good stuff right there.
We're going to go ahead and need you to just turn down the Blizzard love a little bit.
Not. I would love to, but after meeting Chris Metzen, there's no way I can do that. So.
Oh my God.
It goes to 11.
It goes all the way to 11.
All right, Matt. What about you?
Oh yeah.
I've been playing a lot of demos. I played the Kingdoms of Amular demo. I love that. It's freaking amazing stuff. The Darkness 2 demo. I played that at PAX East 2011, and it finally came to Xbox Live this week, and just, it's so good. WoW as usual.
Wait. Let's take a moment back at Darkness 2, because I didn't care much for the first one. So what makes this one better?
And I saw the preview at E3, and it was not very good.
Not impressive, right? So,
no.
I just want to know...
Of course, neither was Kingdoms of Amular, so...
Yeah, that's because you're picky. Shut up. So, Matt, what did you like about Darkness 2? Because I really want to be sold. I have not been sold on this game yet, and I hear everybody talk about it, but I don't know that I want to play it yet.
The thing that really sold me was the storytelling. I enjoyed the storytelling from the first one, and to play as Jackie Estacado again and see how this Brotherhood of Light, or whatever the hell they're called, coming to take the darkness away and all that jazz. I don't know. I'm just really stoked for it. The graphics, the combat. I think the combat is a lot better than the first one. It's a lot more cinematic. I'm not really good at selling things. It's just, oh, this game's amazing. I'm going to get it. I don't care about the rest of you guys.
Well, at least you're honest. All right. Yeah, that's some kind of thing. I'm kind of with Corey in that so far.
Have you guys tried the demo?
No, it's in my queue. I have to play it. And now that I've torn up Kingdoms of Amular, it's probably my next game to play. But
it's time, Corey.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot, and then I'll have a review of it next time we talk.
Right. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Other demos, Matt, anything else?
Just the usual, World of Warcraft and Rock Band.
All right.
Rock Band.
So I ended up getting my hands on a couple early things at CES that I thought were really cool. Warp, coming out on the Xbox House Party thing on February 15th. That was really cool. Basically, you're kind of like this little alien peanut thing, and you get this core, and you're able to jump through walls and jump in inanimate objects and jump into people. And if you jump into a person, you can roll your left stick around, and then they go boom, and they explode. There's blood all over the place. So first I'm like, okay, I'm not really gonna kill anyone, and then I go into another room, another laboratory, and the scientists have dissected another alien like me, and I'm like, oh fuck these guys, they're all going down now, and I'm jumping through from one guy to another and making the soldiers shoot the guy, and as they're about to shoot him, I jump out, so they just kill the guy, and I run away. It's a lot of fun. It's a kind of an action puzzle game, and nice. It was actually a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Looking forward to that one coming out. That was February 15th on Xbox. Played I Am Alive, and David friggin' loved this game, and I was playing it, and I'm like, I don't care about this. This is terrible.
No, yeah.
Like, I walk up, there's a guy, and I don't have any bullets, but I figure I'll pull out my gun, and I'm like, okay, what's up? And he pulls out his gun, so I try to run at him and hit him with my gun, and then I get shot and killed, and then the guy who was running the game goes, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, well, why can't I pistol whip him? He didn't even have his gun, before he even gets his gun out, can I just run up and hit him? He's like, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, well, then what?
Then why am I playing this game?
Yep. Then why am I? I don't understand. If I don't have the freedom to do what I want, then why am I?
Exactly.
And I'm like, and I'm done. I just put the controller down.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What do you think this is? Skyrim, that you can just do whatever you want?
Yeah, I kind of was hoping a little bit there, and I was getting tired. You're supposed to climb over shit, and you only have so much stamina, and so the controller starts shaking a little because you're shaking a little, which is kind of cool, but it was took forever to climb over things. I had to stop and wait for my stamina to rebuild, and I'm kind of bored. So I'm like, fuck this, I'm done. Played the Starhawk, which I'm assuming is the same as the beta that just came out on PSN for PS Plus members. I didn't really play Warhawk, so I don't really understand the concept, but it was okay, I guess. It's tower defense and third-person shooting at the same time. I didn't really understand the game.
I love that people are trying to incorporate tower defense into all sorts of different genres now. I think that's hilarious.
And he's like, okay, now drop a beam tower there. I'm like, but I'm shooting these guys. He's like, yeah, just press triangle so you can build. I'm like, but I'm shooting. What am I building? What? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. I'll just build here, I guess. It's retarded. Played Sorcery.
Oh yes, how is that waving your wand around?
At E3 2010, they showed it, and it was a lot more kiddie, cartoony. The guy's grown up a little bit. So he was 12 in 2010. He's 16 or 17 now. He's a little bit older, and the combat feels really crisp though. And you're not just flicking the whole time. It's not it's not like an old Wii, where you're just shaking the remote the whole time. You actually have to think about what you're doing and okay, I'm gonna stop. Change over from just force to fire. I'm gonna lay down a strip of fire in front of me so that the enemies can't come at me. Okay, now I'm gonna go to tornado. I'm gonna go to wind, and I'm gonna make a tornado. It's gonna pick the fire up and take it at the enemies that are coming at me, and pick them up and then burn them with fire as they're flying away in the tornado.
No, that's too much. That's way too much thinking. That's not why I play video games.
Really? Because I thought it was a lot of fun.
Really?
And the only thing I didn't like was sometimes it just decided to auto-aim for me. So, I'm, throwing it, and I'm like, okay, well, I missed that one. No, it just went, and it flew over to the side and got him. I'm like, is there a way to turn up the difficulty maybe? So it forced me to actually try to throw those. He's like, well, we're kind of doing it at a couple of different demographics here, so, we're trying to make sure that everybody can play. I'm like, so if I turn it up to hard, can you make it more difficult for me? Well, you see, we have a different demographic, and blah. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. I'll just stop talking. Leave me alone.
Okay, robot.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And the last one that I got my hand... the last PS3 game I got my hands on was Journey, and I still need to write something for the site for this, but it was fantastic. Just between the art style and the gameplay, it just felt so smooth. It's from that game company, the people who make Flower. Mm-hmm. It felt amazing, just like Flower did, and you're just sort of moving through space, and the sand is moving around you, and that when you're walking around through it, and Wow. I just thinking about having that up on my 50-inch plasma. It's going to be beautiful.
I'm in.
Yeah, that's a good one. On the Vita, I played Resistance. It feels pretty good. I didn't play Uncharted again because I played E3. I didn't really need to play that one again. Played Unit 13. What's that?
How's the back? Real soft?
It's not.
Oh.
It's not like squishy. It feels like the back is just it'll like show little circles where your finger touches on the back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And then I played Unit 13 from Zipper. Damn, it feels fantastic. It's and I'm not even big on third-person shooters, but it felt so good just in your hands, just like going through and playing, and it just felt so ridiculously natural to play with the Vita.
Really? So the back of your fingers you were good with? That didn't bother you that you were like trying to touch the back of the controller? Like that didn't help you out?
A lot of games don't really focus on the back too much.
Okay.
That's good.
Some do, some don't. They usually tell you when it's time. So like I was playing Escape Plan, which are made, and I'm forgetting who made that one. It'll come to me. And it tells you, you have to like touch the front and the back and pull up to do something. So it gave you instructions on when and where to use it. But yes, you kind of have to. You'll have to change how you hold the unit. When you get one. Like it's just, I think it's something that you'll have to eventually get into. Like you'll learn how to hold a Vita. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Still not.
What's up?
Still not buying one.
Same here.
I was actually kind of sold on it at CES. Yeah.
I don't think that. I have an iPhone. I'm good.
Yeah.
For mobile gaming, I have an iPhone.
Yeah. We'll talk more about it because Care Don't Care is a CES edition, so
we'll get there.
We'll get there. In fact, let's just go right into it right now. So for the uninitiated, Care Don't Care is I only have 6 for the CES edition. We're gonna go through them, and I'm just gonna throw them out there. Matt and Corey and I will talk about whether or not we care about the issue or don't care about the issue. So let's get it started. Number 1, and since Corey, you've already touched on this, you can start us off. Care Don't Care about the PlayStation Vita.
Don't care. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a great piece of technology. I think it's awesome that it's got a touchscreen on the back, a touch pad on the back, whatever. It's still a handheld device. And as we've seen with the Nintendo DS, and we've seen with the PlayStation PSP, which nobody uses anymore. I mean, really, how often do you see anybody carry their PSP around anymore? Seriously. So with the iPhone market and tablets becoming, predominant, I don't see much room for the PS Vita. I really don't. I just don't see them being able to make it do something that you can't already do on a phone or a tablet. So until that happens, and I mean, you can touch the back. That's great. Yes, it's built for gaming, but so is the PSP. And then with them throwing out the whole UMD thing, it's just downloadable games. It's basically a phone without the phone feature. It's an iPod Touch with a touchpad on the back, and I don't really care for it. I just don't think I had a really bad experience with my PSP. I didn't care for it. I played it for like maybe a month, and then I just discarded it and just didn't care anymore. And I think I have the same feeling that's going to happen with the Vita, is that people are going to get it for the first month, 2 months. I take that back. It's going to be based off of what their releases are. If they do like the PSP and don't release enough games for it, like they were compared to like Nintendo DS when the PSP came out, the PSP couldn't keep up. There was just not enough library. If the PS Vita is released and it doesn't have a library along with it, I mean, I would love to play any of my classic PlayStation or PlayStation 2 games on it. That would be great. But if that library doesn't exist, I don't think it's got a chance in hell.
Yeah.
So
right now it looks like about 30 actual, cartridge-based games and about 100 what they call PSP compatible games or whatever. So you can just go onto the network and download it from there.
Yeah, see, and I'm good with that. I'm perfectly good with that. But I'm going to have to see it in in the wild as it is for a while before I actually am sold on the idea.
Right. Matt, over to you.
I don't care. I really never was really big into handhelds and stuff. Probably because I have big hands and it feels very compact, and I'm like, I feel stressed playing this game and stuff. And, I don't know. Just yeah. The PS Vita has tons of really cool features. I don't know what the lineup is for the games, but it's just another thing I don't have money to get.
If you would have asked me before CES, I would have said I didn't care. Now that I've played it again at CES, I've been strongly considering purchasing one. It looks like it has a bunch of great games. I'm really hoping that Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3 are two of the 100 games that are on the PSP compatible list, so I can download them because I love the first one, and it killed me that they didn't put them on the PS3. I don't know. I really, really enjoyed it playing with it. Plus, playing Warrior's Lair, which used to be called Ruin.
Right.
And it just was so easy to I was playing it on the PS3. I stopped, saved it to the cloud, picked up the Vita, which is right in front of me, pressed, load from cloud, bam, I was in the exact same place, playing the exact same game, exactly what I was doing right before I saved it.
That's pretty epic.
That was pretty awesome. And it's a 5-inch OLED screen, so it looks gorgeous. So there's very little fidelity on the fact you're going from, for me, it'd be a 50-inch plasma to a 5-inch screen, but other than that, so that moves us on to the next one, which is Care Don't Care. Matt, you start us off. This cloud save feature, where there are going to be games that you can play on your PS3 and then save it to the cloud, move it to your PS Vita for when you're on the go.
I care. I think it's a really, really, really awesome, cool concept. It definitely helps out if, your console is hooked up to, the main TV that everyone goes to watch TV. So if someone wants to snag TV, you can just be like, oh, yeah, hold on, click, save it, and just pick up the Vita and move off, Oh, that's
right.
a great idea. As long as it works, I'm fully supporting of it.
Over to you, Corey.
My HBO Go does the same thing.
It plays games?
Well, no, it plays movies. So
it saves your PS3 games and plays them?
It saves my movies. I mean, I understand the concept of being able to move from one platform to another. That's neat. That's all I have. I mean, it's not something that's new and groundbreaking. I mean, we've done it before. It's happened before. Yes, it's now happening in your games, but why? Name one game, literally. Okay, so I'm going to play Skyrim on PS3 and be like, oh, I'm going to move it over to the Vita and just keep going. Oh, no, I can't. But I can play these other little mini games. With the Xbox and Windows Mobile, they have cross-platform games. That's cool. It's not something that's overly exciting for me. I'm just like, yeah, cross-platform. We're getting there. We're not there yet, but we're on our way, and I hope the Vita has a lot of games that kind of utilize that. So
yeah, Matt, the Wii U has that function, except it's more like it just moves it down to your Wii U tablet thing, so you can play on that.
Which is weird, very weird. So,
yeah, it sounds weird.
Corey, you'd have to feel it because it feels a lot more natural than it sounds.
Okay. I'm not knocking it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it at least once. I'll try everything at least once.
Yes. I guess what I like about the cloud save feature is if you really were on the go, and that's something you could, take with you. And unfortunately, really, Warrior's Lair is the only game that they had available there where you could see it in action. And I did check with the guy. The cloud save feature for that has nothing to do with the PS Plus cloud save stuff. So it's not like you have to be a PS Plus member to use the cloud save feature. And they are still working on the pricing structure, because I was like, yeah, I'm not going to pay $40 for the Vita game and $60 for the PS3 game. I'm like, I'm not spending $100 for one game. And he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, we're working on that.
You gotta buy one copy and be able to do it across all platforms. Because if you have to buy multiple copies of the same game, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, same here.
Well, so what I said to him is, I'm like, what you should probably, like, have it be a PS3 game for $60, or, buy the limited edition, which is like $75, and you get a PS Vita copy as well.
Right.
Or something like that, where you get both games, you pay a little extra, because, you are getting more features. Like, you're getting more, right?
Yeah.
You're getting, be able to play the game on both platforms, and it is a AAA title, so, which it was pretty damn fun. I will say that it was a damn fun game. It's very action RPG type thing. I blew up some kind of monster dragon thing with like 2 heads or something.
Nice.
Epic.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Yeah, of course, the guy who played before me had played all the way up to that point, so basically I just got thrown into the boss battle.
Oh.
I'm like, sweet, thanks.
Welcome to the game.
Yeah. All right, so we're moving on. Corey, it's over to you. Care, don't care about Sony's discussion of their party system, where up to 8 people are going to be able to do, like Xbox has now. They have the cross game chat for your party.
Yeah, as you just said, Xbox already has this. Congrats, Sony. Does everybody else feel like Sony's always late to the game?
Yep.
Like, they're always like a day late and $1 short. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, we have this great new feature that everybody else has, and we finally got it. Great.
Yeah. That's
awesome. Yeah, I can chat with my party now on PlayStation. That's why I didn't play it on PlayStation, because I could already do it on Xbox. I think PlayStation needs to do something drastic, and they need to do something that's going to outdo somebody else. So no, I don't care, because most everything else has it. I can do it on my PC, I can do it on my Xbox. Who cares whether I can do it on my PS3 or not?
Matt?
I'm with Corey on this. Day late, $1 short, guys. Whoop you do. Should have done this years ago.
I guess what I do care about it is that finally I get to play, my brother and I, we play Call of Duty together or whatever on PS3, and it would be nice to have that feature so we don't have to listen to fucking morons on there.
But that's
honestly, PlayStation Network has started to degrade into Xbox Live.
Yeah.
It is so... I'm just sitting there, I'm like, what? The guy actually said that. One guy was like, yeah, well, we would have won if my TV wasn't stuck in 3D mode.
Yeah,
What? I'm like, you lost by 1,500 points.
But that's the thing, is that how long
pretty
has
sure
Call of Duty
you wouldn't
been out?
have won.
How long have you been playing Call of Duty, Brian?
I've only been, I would say I've put in, I don't know, 30 or 40 hours.
Okay, so Call of Duty, Black Ops, and everything else has been out for quite some time. It's kind of sad that we're just now getting, party chat.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but on the other hand, it is free. It will be free.
Yay!
Well, I'm just saying. I'm not defending it. I'm just giving you. I guess
that is a positive. That is a positive. That's great. That's awesome. That will be on PlayStation Network for free. That's great. I can do it for free on my computer and play Call of Duty with my friends.
True. I wouldn't play Call of Duty on my computer, but sure, whatever.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Matt, we'll start with you. Care or don't care about the cross-platform play option. So they had Wipeout HD. They had people sitting there playing on PS3, playing the same race with people who are playing it on the Vita.
I care. I think it's pretty cool. I've always been interested in things like that. The more the merrier, I guess. You know.
Yeah. Corey?
Repeat the care or don't care. You said that so fast, I was like, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. So this is a cross-platform play. So people on the Vita can be competing with people on the PS3. Same, like they're playing in the same race or whatever. It's just one person's playing on the Vita, one person's playing it on the PS3.
I do care about this because I find that very interesting to see how that's going to happen. Because are you going to have all those kids that are going to be yelling in quote-unquote party chat going, oh, I would have beat you if I was on my PlayStation, but I'm playing on the Vita. You know? Like,
yeah.
Is there going to be a lot of... now it's going to be a hardware battle. I can't beat you because my hardware's not good enough, or I can't beat you because I'm on a mobile platform, or I'm using wireless, or... I mean, is it just going to become an excuse, or is it going to be able to be on par? So... I mean, we've always had this conversation about whether you can have Xbox players playing versus PlayStation players. The hardware's better. Which one has reduced lag? There's a lot of technicalities that come in place. So how do you have a Vita, which is a mobile platform, versus a complete system with a controller and hardware? So I'm interested to see what happens, and I'm wondering how close they're going to be together. I mean, if I'm sitting next to... Screw you, by the way, Brian. If I'm sitting next to somebody playing the PlayStation 3 and I'm playing the PS Vita, what is my lag like? What is the difference? If there is a difference, what is that going to affect gameplay?
Yeah.
So I do keep
I think it's something I'm definitely interested in. What I liked about it was... I think what I liked the most about it was that neither player seemed to feel... Well, again, it's Wipeout, so I mean, it's not exactly the most complicated, combative, thing. But, both seem to be very, and this is just me watching, I wasn't actually playing, but both, people playing on PS3, people playing on the Vita, both seemed very satisfied with their experience.
Right. Well, so what about, Twisted Metal? Like Twisted Metal Black? Theoretically, it's okay. Just in a perfect world, it came out on PS Vita versus the PlayStation 3. Don't you think that combative gameplay like that would cause some sort of gameplay issue?
That would be a good question to see. I mean, obviously it's not coming out on the Vita.
No,
but
it's just a theory. I mean, I'm just interested to see where that's going to go.
Well, and of course, if you're not just talking about packets, right? I mean,
right.
I mean, if you're on a wireless network and I'm my PS3 is wired to my router,
right? Then you have going to whole network infrastructures that will never be able to. I mean,
right.
No, that will always be a problem.
My packet will always get there fast.
Exactly. But I want to know that if I have a PlayStation on a wireless connection, on the same wireless connection that my PS Vita is, are my two pieces of hardware going to optimize that network connection equally?
I have absolutely no idea.
See, and that's what I'm interested to see. So, yes, I do care. That's why.
Okay. And I think I care for some of that, but I also care as long as both... It would be nice to see two pieces of hardware getting people feeling that they are having the exact same experience, even if that person's on a smaller screen, just because it does open up, and of course, obviously, we'll never have an Xbox versus PS3 people playing each other. That's just, unless it's on some kind of EA server somewhere, or third party, like some kind of third party server somewhere, just because the hardware connections don't really match up.
Right.
But, that it would be nice. It's nice to see that we're actually that something could move in that kind of direction. All right. Which, just a side note, they had a Sony tablet up, like the Tablet S, and they now have it where you can take your DualShock 3 and Bluetooth it to it, so you could play a game using your PS3 controller.
Oh, that's cool.
It was pretty badass.
That's awesome.
That was pretty cool. I was sitting there playing it for a while. I'm just like, wow, that is really easy, and it really feels good. Of course, I was playing Crash Bandicoot, and you're like, wow, this game really doesn't hold up very well on on the screen.
Yeah.
And it's a tablet, and you're like, Sort of like when you go back and look at like original, like I don't know if you guys ever played Alone in the Dark or when it was the original one on PC.
Nope.
Oh,
it was the worst polygon count ever. It was like his leg was 6 polygons.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
It was
it was bad. It was ugly. It's still a great game because it totally defined really the survival horror genre. But because it was the first time I'm like, okay, I only have like 2 shots with this rifle, so I better make these fuckers count.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a whole nother day. So we're still continuing here. Corey, care don't care about the Sony Entertainment Network.
Enlighten me what you guys heard.
So there's no more Curiosity that's been destroyed, and now it's Music Unlimited, and then there's Video Unlimited, and then there's Google Photos. Oh, I'm sorry, it's My Photos or whatever they're calling it, which is basically Picasa for Sony. Yeah.
Okay, you know what this is? We all know what this is, right?
Right.
This is Xbox Live, is what this is. This is now a network that Sony is utilizing to expand across all of its networks. So it's now internet-consistent TVs, it's PS3s, it's computers, it's on-the-go devices. I mean, they're trying to enter into the world of cloud-based entertainment, which is becoming more and more prominent. And I care because anything cloud-based in the future I'm always interested in. And I'm looking forward to see what Sony's going to do with it. I mean, are you just going to give me music, video, and games? Because I can do that now. Are you going to give me something that I've never had before? I sure as hell hope so. I hope that Sony capitalizes on this and doesn't do an Xbox Live, or they don't do a Google TV. I hope that they do something separate that kind of makes them stand out. Right now they don't, but I'm hoping that something new and fresh will happen that'll make everybody go, oh, we should have done that on our network. So I'm looking forward to see what they can do. They have the hardware and the potential. Let's just hope they don't botch it.
Then again, it is Sony.
Yeah.
Oh, I said that out loud.
You did. But that's true. It's true. And we've known that, Sony is always, as we just said, a day late and a dollar short. I would hope that doesn't happen here because they have a really good opportunity here to make something new rather than replicating what we've already seen.
Exactly. Matt, over to you.
I have to agree with Corey. There's not much else I can add to it.
Just hope it's not another Xbox Live.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think, one of the things I liked about it was just that they were is how they're actually moving it across, all their platforms. And this was kind of a, as I had told David during, CES itself, I'm like, this is the year of the horizontal integration program.
Yeah.
So you go to Panasonic, it's their horizontal integration thing. LG had theirs, Pioneer had theirs, Samsung had theirs. So you just went from one to the other and had to hear about AggroCast and whatever the frickin' shit Samsung called theirs, and you're just like, oh, okay, great, another program. The one thing that kind of blew my mind is I went up to the people who are, showing the Video Unlimited, and I'm like, okay, this is great. So, if I go and I buy the movie on my PS3 downstairs, and my wife and I decide to go upstairs, to finish the movie in our bedroom, and I'm able to just stop it and then just pick it up. She's like, well, it sort of depends on the, software, the hardware you bought it on and whether that's compatible. I'm like, really?
You lost me.
I was like, that doesn't make sense. If it's all under one sign-in, my PSN account, and I bought it, what, I can't have it somewhere else?
See, that
doesn't
make sense.
That doesn't make sense. She's like, and then she actually got mad at me after that. Like, then I was like attacking her or something. I'm like, no, I'm not really getting upset. I'm just trying to figure out why if I bought it on my account, why it's still not on my account.
Yeah, I'm not. It's stuff like that I'm like, don't don't do that, Sony, because if you start doing that crap, people are going to just tell you to piss off.
Yeah. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, well, that was fun for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Or the guy was showing me on the Tablet S, like, they really went out for they have a remote control feature. And, like, they really went out of their way to talk to third-party vendors. So, like, I was able to find my DirecTV box, my Onkyo receiver, my TV, my LG TV, and, like, so, like, and a few other, things that I own. I was able to, like, find them and tell the tablet that I want to control this with this remote control.
That's cool.
So I'm like, so sweet, I can totally watch Netflix on my PS3 and use it as yeah, for some reason, they didn't put the PS3 on there. I'm like, it's a Sony device. He's like, yeah. He's like, myself and a bunch of all of us who received, early copies of this tablet, we're like, well, what can we improve? He's like, we're all between the ages of 25 and 35. We all play our PS3. He's like, why is this not on here? Every single person who had been given an early copy of this tablet had the exact same feedback on it that they need this to control their PS3.
Yeah.
And they didn't have it.
Like,
they're working on it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we'll see when it gets here.
Yeah. All right, last care, don't care. Matt, starts with you. The concept of the Xbox House Party.
The who and the what now?
So, beginning on February 15th and coming out every Wednesday for 4 weeks, they have a different game that you can purchase. All right, so the first one is Warp. The second one, I believe, is Alan Wake's American Nightmare. The third one is some
Nexus.
goofy game from Nexus, yeah. And then last is I Am Alive.
Yep.
So if you buy all the games, which is ends up being like 4,000 Microsoft points, they give you 800 back, and who cares? But it's their big blockbuster thing for the year to begin the year.
Gonna have to go with don't care. 4,000 Microsoft points. Oh wow, I get 800 back. Whoop-de-doo. Really. Don't care. Like the games you named off, maybe that first one sounds good, but the rest of them, I don't care.
Corey, over to you.
Well, I'm torn on this one, but I'm going to say I don't care only because the lineup is nothing that I want to play. The Warp looks good.
Yeah.
Even Nexus looks kind of entertaining. Like I would kill a couple hours on that. But like Alan Wake's American Nightmare, meh. I Am Alive, meh. It's just it doesn't balance out for the cost. And the 800 Microsoft points, that's great. I can put my tune in some cool outfit. So whatever. There's not enough points to actually get anything good quality wise. So yeah, I'm okay with not caring about this because there's just there's not enough content there to justify it. You're giving me arcade games. That's great. How come I can't just buy it for 800 points and not have to partake in the whole arcade house party thing?
Right. Exactly.
Why do I have to get all 4 to get my refund? How come I can't just enjoy them separately like you've been doing for years?
Right.
So,
exactly. Yeah. Now, I think if I was a huge Alan Wake fan, David really liked it. He made him enthused about Alan Wake again. And I've heard other people on other podcasts talk about it. They really enjoyed it, but I didn't play Alan Wake, so I kind of don't care about it. So there's one game. Nexus, I have no desire to play it. I pretty much played all the games except Nexus, so I can easily tell you I kind of don't care about that. And I didn't like I Am Alive, so that really just leaves Warp, which is the only game I really enjoyed. So that was... so I'll just spend 800 points and not worry about getting the 800 back. I think they should have made that a lot more... Like, to me, you spend a 4,000 Microsoft Space Bucks to get 800 back. That's just not a... To me, that's just not a... That's just not a good enough rebate. Like, it should have been more like 1,200, I think. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but really, that's $5.
It's $5, and no offense, but on Steam, $5 goes a long way.
Hells yeah.
You know.
Hells yeah, it does. All right, so that's our Care Don't Care segment, our CES Care Don't Care. We're just. All right, so I sort of skipped over the whole community spotlight just because we were already talking about CES, talking about Sony, so I kind of wanted to just stick into that. And so for community spotlight this week, I'm trying to think. 4K. I thought 4K Microsoft Points was like $50.
I could be wrong.
I forget how it works. Like, there's some goofy translation. I don't understand why they just can't use money like everybody else.
Yeah.
Just use money. Dollars. I understand that. I don't understand space bucks.
Well, wait a second. What is it exactly?
I thought 800 was $10.
Do the math. Hold on. MSP for $30 equals.
I know 400's $5.
Somebody get Wolfram Alpha on the phone. Let's go.
So anyway, for Community Spotlight today, I wanted to shine the spotlight on the ECA. They really went above and beyond the Call of Duty on trying to get SOPA and Pippa, get them defeated, and they really did a huge effort, and I mean, just, you know, Hal Help and that entire group is just really, really looking out for the consumer, and they did a bang-up job, especially on the 18th when things went dark. So I think they had a couple of, I'm trying to think, I think it was a couple of million, you know, people wrote into their senators and representatives that day. So
Wow.
A lot of people really stepped up, and that group is great. And they, you know, they run Game Politics and a few other sites. So that's a really great organization. It's one I belong to. So the ECA, it's great. If you want to catch them on Twitter, it's at the ECA or theeca.com. So that is our community spotlight. What did I say was next?
Believe, don't believe.
Oh, our main topic, which is kind of like Care Don't Care, but I changed it up a little bit because we're kind of doing some predictional.
It's
kind of doing your predictional things for 2012 because every other podcast is making asses of themselves. We might as well do it too.
Sweet.
So your choices are: do you believe? Say I believe, or it's make believe. Corey, we'll start with you.
Correct.
Half-Life 3 or Half-Life 2 Episode 3 to be announced in 2012. Do you believe, or is it make believe?
It's make believe.
Not released, just announced.
Yeah, right. Not released, just announced. Make believe. I think that was a next year. We'll see it next year. We'll see all the stuff happening towards the beginning of next year. I think 2013 we'll start seeing Half-Life 3 stuff. 313, you know, something more crazy like that. 313. I don't know.
Okay.
Something like I just don't see it happening. I think that what they did now was just like ooh, what do you think? You know, it's viral. That's what they're trying to do. It's spread for the next year. Everybody's going to talk about Half-Life 3, and then next year.
So you don't think they're going to have something like behind closed doors or something at E3?
Nope.
Show it off a little bit.
Nope. I don't think they'll have anything.
Oh, okay.
I really don't think Valve has anything. I think that they're just trying to, you know, get the
drum up interest.
Yeah, trump up interest right now and get the sizzle going. That's what they're trying to do.
Sizzle.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, believe or make believe?
I believe in a thing called love. I'm gonna have to go. Yes. I'm gonna have to go with I believe. It would be really nice to have you know, Half-Life Episode 3 or Half-Life 3 for this year. It's not likely, but I'm going with believe. I believe it. We can do it.
I'm going to go with I believe, just that what they'll do is they'll do something sort of like what they did for Portal 2 or, Left 4 Dead 2, where they're very, very small showing in a closed room. It won't be on the show floor, and they'll just have a trailer. So you'll just sit, you'll watch the trailer, and everyone's going to be like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yep, pretty much.
And you won't be able to play it until the next E3.
But you also have to consider, even Valve said, the community is trolling itself. So I just want you to keep that in mind, that when we see things or hear things, the gaming community knows how to blow it out of proportion, and we know how to look way into things that don't exist and make it all sorts of craziness. I just want you all to be aware that until you hear anything, I do not think we will see anything this year for Half-Life 3.
I'm just saying.
Just letting you know. And to help you out. Don't get too excited.
All right, Matt, you start us off on the next one. Do you believe, or is it make-believe, that SOPA or Pippa will make a comeback in 2012?
I'm going to say I have to believe, because I don't want to get into politics too much, but almost fell for the trap. Just since, I don't know, I just feel like they're going to keep on trying to push it and push it and push it until someone's just like, no, stop it, don't do that. But even when that happens, it's just going to keep going. I don't know.
Corey?
I believe it's going to make a comeback. I don't think that the issue is dead yet. I think that we're all taking it for granted that, yes, it has been pushed off. Yes, it's been delayed. Yes, everybody's like, you know what, we'll put it to bed and quote-unquote shelve it. All shelving it means is that they're going to just wait until everybody stops talking about it, all the buzz falls down about it, to start pushing it through again as fast as possible, and it's going to try and go through on everybody's nose. So just everybody needs to keep staying aware and keep an eye out, and if they ever hear anything, make sure that your community knows, contact your senators, just do like normal. Don't think that it's a dead issue. It's going to rear its ugly head one more time.
Absolutely. It's totally believable that these, and what kills me about the whole thing is it all boils down to a bunch of, and I'm really trying not to be ageist, but it's the truth. I mean, basically it's a bunch of 70-year-old, white guys sitting around who don't even use those interwebs, and they're getting paid by groups like the MPAA.
Yep.
It's just until we start taking over and finally letting things happen and doing stuff about it, it's just, first of all, the entire government needs to be changed anyway, but until we get rid of some of these old people don't start dying off, we're really going to have trouble with stuff like this.
Yeah.
All right, Corey, we're over to you, and this one is specifically for you.
Oh, no.
Do you believe, or is it make-believe, that Diablo 3 will be the greatest game in 2012?
Ooh, I don't believe that is true. I don't believe that would be the case. I do not believe... don't get me wrong. And this is coming from a hardcore Blizzard fanboy, and you all know...
I know, that's why I said it.
I think that Diablo 3 and having hands-on on it is going to be one of the top 5 games of this year. If it's the number 1 game, I'm going to say no.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that it has...
You took your mouth off the Blizzard,
manhood
ding-dong for a minute to say that it's not going to be the top game.
I know it's going to happen. People are going to play it. They're going to hate it. They're going to flame it. They're going to say, I don't like the auction house. I don't like this. I don't like that. Whatever. The whole point of everything is that the game will be polished, it will be choice, but I think there are a lot of sleeper hit games that could make this year absolutely amazing if everybody's paying attention. And I'm hoping that they happen. I really do. I really think it would be nice to see if something overtook Diablo 3, but I do not think it will be Game of the Year.
Oh, I see.
Ooh, yeah, Matt. Did you? What up now?
I was expecting to have to battle you about this. Matt, believe or make believe?
I'm going to have to go with make believe. I do love me some Diablo, but yeah, it looks like there's going to be some better games out there.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean,
Take
obviously,
right.
I'm going to go with Make Believe because it's a Diablo game. Who cares?
Well, can we slide in with that a little bit then? Okay, Brian, what do you think is going to possibly be close? Just early prediction. What do you think will beat Diablo out for Game of the Year? And if you say BioShock, I swear to God, I'll hang up.
Well, you can't give me an ultimatum like that and not expect me to say it.
I know. I'm just saying.
Honestly, I think it's still a little early in the year. Resident Evil 6 the trailer looks good, but it's just a trailer.
Yeah.
I can't tell you if it's going to be any good or not. I couldn't play Kingdoms of Amular because I can't be blind and play the game. But I'm going to try it once we get off the podcast. I'm going to try it again. But then maybe that's going to be it. Final Fantasy XIII-2 looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. There's still a ton of games that have yet to be announced. BioShock Infinite, I'm just telling you, man, at E3, it looked fucking amazing.
Okay.
I think the girl, I don't really understand why her boobs need to be in your face all the time like that.
She's very cartoony.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of throws me off about that game. She's so cartoony.
Yeah. But, I mean, like the combat and stuff of them, like, on the rails and whatever, that looked so good. I so want to play that. So I don't know. I guess I hesitate. There's another one coming up, and if it comes out in 2012, I'm thinking it might be towards Game of the Year also. So I'm going to jump into that one right off the bat. So Matt, we're back to you. Will Believe or Make Believe, The Last Guardian will be out in 2012?
I'm gonna go with Believe, because that would be really nice to have The Last Guardian come out in 2012. I'm just very hopeful.
Corey?
Make Believe. I gave up on that game years ago. No offense, but The Last Guardian is that game that everybody wants. And it's going to come out, it's going to come out, it's going to come out, and it never does. And then, what just happened? Ico creator, Fumito Ueda, left Sony? So, I mean, and that was what, last month?
I think he's still on as a consultant.
Okay, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. He's a consultant. Yay! I'm afraid that Last Guardian is a dead project.
I'm actually more afraid of the fact that what they're going to do is they're going to put out the best they could do after like they did all this and well we did the best we could.
Yeah, it's going to be a half game.
Oh.
And you're going to be like, oh,
yeah.
Kind of wish you wouldn't have released it then. That's what I'm afraid of.
It could happen. It could very well happen. But with everybody leaving and a lot of that staff not being there anymore, it's going to suck. They say it's going to be completed, but I don't think it's going to happen, dude.
But based on those trailers, I mean, it looks amazing. So I
agree.
If it could come out in 2012, it certainly could be a Game of the Year candidate.
I go to bed every night wishing that I'm wrong. I really do.
Yes.
I hope that I'm really wrong, and I hope the game does come out this year. And I'm saying this right now. If that game comes out, I will buy it the day that it comes out. But if it doesn't, I won't be crushed. Right.
So, all right. So Corey, back to you. We're starting with at Make Believe or Make Believe that Microsoft will announce the next Xbox at E3.
Make Believe. There will be no third-gen consoles coming out. I just don't think that the hardware is ready to do anything specific to say, hey, this is the next-gen console. I mean, really, what are you going to do now? Put a better graphics card in the Xbox? Make it Blu-ray? Oh, we might get HD. That does not make it a next-gen console. I've seen rumors of it having the Kinect attached to the top, which I think is stupid. And if Xbox does that, Microsoft would be making a huge mistake. Because then you have to put your Xbox where your Kinect has to be in order. It's just a bad idea. So it's make believe. I don't think that Microsoft's ready to announce an Xbox 720, quote unquote. I just don't see it happening. I think what they have is a strong platform with numerous opportunities and a great lineup coming up this year, and there's no reason to launch a next-gen console because the hardware's not there yet. What are you going to make, a sleeker Xbox? A smaller than arcade Xbox? I just don't see it happening.
Matt, believe or make believe?
I'm going to have to go with make believe. I agree wholeheartedly with Corey on this one. The Kinect just came out, and that's supposedly going to give it another 5 years of shelf life and stuff. So it's like, announcing one right now would just be like, whoa, wait a minute. You guys just had the Kinect and all this jazz and blah, 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 and now you're just abandoning it, So, yeah.
Yeah, you can't release something this close and then just say, oh yeah, by the way, we're scratching this and making a whole new console.
Exactly.
Oh. See, here, and I am all about the belief. This is totally going to happen at E3. They're going to announce the new console, and, well, first of all, they're going to have to give it some other name, because 720 is just retarded.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, it was funny. David and I were trying to come up with good names for the Xbox Vista.
Oh, God.
I came up with the Xbox Kardashian.
If that happens, I'm going to be pissed.
And but I think it's going to be, it's going to have a connection for the Kinect. First of all, it's going to allow the Kinect. It's going to be it's going to be a lot stronger processor, so that the Kinect can be able to suck more energy out of it and be able to do more with it than what it's relying on currently, because it's not really getting a whole hell of a lot of power, or whatever from the Xbox. So to not tax the processors, it doesn't do a whole lot of, it doesn't take a whole lot of resources. I think the new one is going to be able to handle it better. I think it's going to be based on Windows 8, and it's going to have a stronger graphics card.
I'm sorry.
So
Xbox Live already has the slide left to right. That is Windows 8. Just letting you know.
But
go ahead. No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
So I'm just saying that they're going to incorporate all these pieces more onto their platform. So it's going to, I really think, and I think the best thing is if they announce it now, they're the first ones to announce it, so Sony's going to have to play catch up. And they don't even need to have it on the store shelves until September or October of next year, of 13. So they have lots of time. I'm not talking. This isn't going to be for holiday 2012. It's going to be for holiday 2013, and they're going to have the date already set. And so it's going to just put Sony at such a disadvantage. They're going to announce it at E3. That's just my opinion. That's why we have this. We'll head back over to Matt. Since you love bringing up the Wii U, Matt, make believe or believe that the Wii U will garner the same market share that the Wii enjoyed.
I have no idea on that. I'm going to say we make believe. Just because I don't know too much about the Wii U just yet. But, my opinion's always subject to change.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, just for the record. Corey?
No. I don't believe. Let's make believe. I don't think it's going to happen. Nintendo is on a downstroke right now unless they make the console. I mean, the Wii U is great. It's an awesome new attachment. I'm really excited to have a tablet that I can play on my Wii. That's great. I can play golf with it. That's awesome. But until the graphics get better, it runs in 1080p, it's running in HD. Until the hardware gets better, the market share is not going to change. At all. Because you're still going to have crappy games. You just now have a tablet you can play crappy games on. I mean, I played Skyward Sword with Zelda, which I was excited about, and the graphics are horrible. But I saw a video on YouTube, somebody was porting it into 1080p and running it as like what it should be in HD, and it's glorious.
Oh yeah, no, they had it. They had stuff from Skyward Sword running on the Wii U, and it looks unbelievable.
See, and that is the only way Nintendo will pull themselves out of this hole, is because Xbox and PlayStation have such superior equipment. Unless Nintendo gets their head out of their ass and figures that out, Nintendo will fall. I'm just saying. 8-bit and 16-bit and 64-bit, it's all dead, dude. It needs to be 1080p, high definition. I need to be able to grab Zelda's butt. That's what this needs to happen. And I will use the Wii U to do that. And I will scream, Wii U!
Wii U, Wii U, Wii U! I love that movie.
And here's why I think it's make-believe, is the simple fact that the people who, a large percentage of the market that purchased a Wii are the people who are not going to upgrade.
Right.
Because the Wii does exactly what they need it to do. The thing they pull out when people come over and they play a few games and then they put it away.
Yep.
And that's fine. They pull out their Just Dance, or they pull out, they still pull out Wii Sports, because I still love Wii Sports. They pull those out, and then when people leave, they just put the Wii away. Those people are not going to upgrade to Wii U. It's just, I can just tell you right now, they're just not going to do it. There's no reason for them to.
I agree. Look at the market for Nintendo, for that matter, or the Wii. Is you have people like myself, fathers or families that want to be able to play games together with their kids and whatnot. You have the Xbox Connect, which, yes, you can play with your children, and awesome, that's great. But the Wii is really designed for that market share. So your 8 and 9-year-old is never going to care, this doesn't look anything like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You knew Nintendo was going downhill when they released the James Bond game and nobody cared.
Well, no one cared because it was still shitty.
but that's exactly it. Until they start making something, more content that's worth it, nobody's going to care.
Yeah. I just don't see, that really boils the whole thing down, is I just don't see people picking it up then.
I agree.
I think you're going to have the hardcore of the hardcore still buy it, but I got to be honest, unless something changes, I'm probably not going to get a Wii U for a while.
Well, exactly, because really, what are you going to buy it for? Dance Off, Pants Off version 9?
Mario Party 10, dude.
Oh yeah.
Every time they release Mario Party, I'm just, saddened.
That is going to be so great.
Yeah,
okay.
just no more. I just can't do it anymore. So, the last James Bond was a flop, and even GoldenEye, trying to reinvigorate GoldenEye, died on the Wii. So, give me GoldenEye on the Xbox, and I'd be good to go.
Hell yeah.
They have it. It already exists.
Oh, then I'm getting that, and I'm going to use Party Chat and do everything I can do on my Xbox that everything else can't use.
You can't use Party Chat because no one else is going to be playing the fucking game.
You know what? I will find people. Brian, you'll play with me. Matt?
Nope.
You guys suck.
Dude, this was me you should have seen me at E3 that year, and they're like, oh my god, it's amazing, it's GoldenEye. I'm like, they're like, but it's so much better. And I'm playing this guy, and I'm Oddjob, I would just keep hitting him with the hat, and I'm just like, it's the N64 version. He's like, but it's eye-popping graphics. I'm like, not really.
No, not really.
No.
It's okay, it's cool.
It's in 480p. I mean, that's not that great.
Yeah, so
just letting you know.
We wait.
All right, so we're back to Corey. You already kind of talked on this about the PS3. So they're not going to have a PS4 announcement in 2012. No. All right, we'll just skip that one.
Yeah,
to the next.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. All right, Corey. Believe or make believe, the PS Vita the first week sales for the PS Vita will be stronger than the 3DS had.
3D. Is this the 3D 3DS or this the?
Like the 3DS, it was I think it sold like 425,000.
Was it 425,000? Yeah.
The first week?
I believe it'll break that. I think that this is going to be the mobile device that everybody's going to want. I think people are kind of tired of the Nintendo DS, and there hasn't been a handheld for a while. And with the market share really pointing towards mobile device gaming, specifically iPhones and Android devices, since they're really picking up steam, if Sony puts this out and puts out, like I said, a great line of games, it'll be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But so possible. Maybe.
Wow, that was. By the way, that was you really took a line there.
No. Honestly, I think it make believe. I don't think enough people are going to buy it.
Oh wow.
It really depends on price point, and I don't think that Sony's going to make it cheap enough that everybody's going to be able to buy it.
Hey, people bought the 3DS for $250, so $250 for a Vita.
Yeah, no. Well, I think everybody learned that lesson with the 3DS.
Yeah.
Just wait
That's
a couple
true.
months.
That was some serious buyer's remorse I had.
It was. We had that podcast. You had that whole thing about, man, I'm really kind of sad I bought the thing. I think that's going to happen. Everybody's going to buy the PS Vita and be like, yeah, it's awesome. I played like 3 games on it. Can't wait for the holiday. So, I mean, yeah, we'll see. And I mean, with the Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo being like, who plays mobile games anymore? Kids. So every kid is going to want to play their Nintendo and play Pokemon with their buddies, unless you get an awesome multiplayer. If Dungeon Defenders isn't on PS Vita, I don't want it.
Yeah. Well, Vita doesn't even have won't even have a version of Monster Hunter. It's going to be on 3DS.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind when I found
I didn't understand that at all. I don't understand why a Sony
Considering it basically saved the PSP for so many years, was that game.
And I have every version of Monster Hunter, specifically because I really enjoy that game. Because it's like the only game that I'm just like, well, this is stupid, crazy fun. I'll just keep playing it. And every time they put a new one out, I'm like, ooh, let me go kill my next dinosaur. And they're like, oh, we're putting it on Nintendo. And I went, what? So, yeah, I don't know. I just port it on my PC and call it a day.
Matt, over to you. PS Vita sales.
I'm saying make believe. Just, I don't know. The market for a handheld seems to be dying down. It's mainly for kids and stuff. So, yeah, that's my opinion.
I'm actually going to go with, I believe that the Vita will outsell the 3DS in that first week. I think the software lineup is much stronger, than the 3DS launch lineup was
horrible,
embarrassing. I mean, really, other than Street Fighter 4, there really wasn't jack shit out there to play. So. I think the lineup's a lot stronger. I think the app support is a lot stronger for the Vita. I think it's going to just unit-wise, it'll outsell the 3DS. But I do have a fear that it's going to be a lot like the Japanese market where, it's going to sell a lot that first week, and then the next week it's going to, really taper off. Only sell, 35-40% of what they sold the first week, and then the week after that it's going to be 50% of what it sold that second week, and you're going to see that swift decline. Oh yeah,
it's going to happen. Japan's going to pick everything up first. It's going to happen.
So I'm really afraid that it's going to have the same thing that happened in Japan. That's a little scary.
I agree. I think that's what's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to pass what the Nintendo 3DS was.
Well, when they actually finally did the drop, a few months after launch, they only had sold 800,000 units.
Yeah, exactly. So
and that's why they had the huge price drop,
which sucks for them. But I think that'll happen with Sony. They'll be like, oh, here's the price point. Oh, we need to drop it, and everybody knows that now. Is that everybody will wait until the price drops?
How? I honestly, I'm telling you, Corey, man, I'm looking at this device. I'm looking at the specs. I'm looking at a 5-inch OLED screen. I don't know how much more they can cut. Like, I'm not sure how much they can cut the price.
Sweatshops, they'll be fine.
Yeah, okay. Malaysian children, duh.
It's Sony. No?
Oh, God. All right.
I take that back. I have a kid. I'm sorry. And she's making, and right now she is making my PS Vita, so we're good.
All right, that's fine. Matt, you're going to start us off. Believe or make believe that something that Capcom has already said is that the control scheme has been overhauled for Resident Evil 6. Is it going to be that much greatly improved?
Again, I believe wishful thinking. I saw the trailer. I saw that there were slow zombies. Finally, I just really hope Resident Evil goes back to its roots and just not tank controls. But yeah, I'd like to believe that the control scheme is a lot more smoother. I don't feel like I'm driving a truck when I'm, walking and stuff. It'd be nice to aim and walk at the same time as well. Dead space.
Corey.
I completely believe, and the reason I believe is because they have to. Like, they don't have a choice. They have to overhaul. That's because this is such a great franchise. This is something that has lived on for, a decade now, almost? So everybody knows Resident Evil, everybody knows zombies, but the problem is you have all these over-the-shoulder shooters like Gears of War and all these amazing games that have these great we need cover. They just let, strafing was just installed? Right? Strafing?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce that word? Strafing.
So.
Yeah.
Strafing.
They just allowed that, which is recent. You can't have just point and shoot. This is not Resident Evil 1, folks. Technology's moved on. First-person shooters have changed, and people need to understand that is how combat works. And honestly, Resident Evil, they need to get their stuff together and overhaul that whole system and start from scratch. Give me Gears of War controls with zombies in Resident Evil, and I will buy every single Resident Evil from here on out. But until that happens, it's not the same. And what is it? John Betts, I think? RE Games. That's who it is. RE Games, Resident Evil said the control system has been overhauled. So, right. Yay, that's great. Intuitive to the gameplay experience, that's awesome. What does that mean? I need to be able to run away from zombies faster. That's it. That's all. And I need to be able to aim better. And you know what? When I want to walk to the side and shoot a zombie in the head, I should be allowed to do that. Or if I want to jump behind a garbage can in Raccoon City, I should also be able to do that. They need to start adding that kind of stuff in games. That would make me be very happy. I'd buy it. Wouldn't you buy it? I'd buy it.
Hell yeah.
So I believe that they have no choice. They have to do this, or nobody's going to buy it because it's the same stale game. It's just the same stale combat controls.
If nothing else, I just want it so that people will start shutting the fuck up about it.
Yeah.
Because I liked Resident Evil 5. I loved 4. I don't understand, I know a lot of people complain about the controls or whatever. I really enjoyed them. I took the controls for what they were, and instead of trying to put my own thoughts about what the controls should be like, I actually played the game that they had designed and enjoyed it that way. So while I understand people have problems with controls, I think they should just shut the fuck up about it. That's my opinion, though.
Yeah, you know what? They have to do something. They have to do something because the way that shooters are changed nowadays,
right?
They have to keep up. And until they change, that's the only thing that people are mad about with Resident Evil is the control system. And once that's changed, I firmly believe Resident Evil will be on top again.
Yeah.
But that's all. That's their last nuance.
And I do agree with you, Matt. The story in 5 was not very good.
Yeah, I really didn't like the fact how they brought back Wesker. It's like, oh, he somehow injected himself with the T-virus and regenerated and got out of the mansion before it exploded. Yeah, about that.
Well, I was fine until the very end, and then I'm like, QTE? That's a fucking end of the game. Why am I QTing?
Oh, man. Not to mention Chris Redfield having a boxing match with Boulder. That was friggin' awesome.
Oh, good times.
Wow.
All right. We're 1, 2... Who's up? Is it Matt? Matt?
No, because Matt just went for Resident Evil, so it's my turn.
All right.
Keep your tabs, Brian. Let's go.
I can't count anymore.
It hasn't been that long since we've done this. Come on.
Yeah. No. Well, at this point, we're at, like, I don't know, the 7th or 8th one. Anyway, so, Corey, back to you. Believe or make believe, people will hold to their threats about not going to E3 because of the ESA supporting SOPA.
No. Make believe. That is such BS, dude. You're going to tell me that you're going to give up a ticket to go to E3 because the ESA said they were going to support SOPA. You're an idiot, honestly. Really, you are. And don't get me wrong. I'm all against SOPA. I'm all against PIPA. I think that it's crap. I think it's horrible. Hell, one of the representatives is from here that started the whole thing is from Texas, so I'm not really happy about it right now. And I've been doing everything I can to enlighten people, but honestly, it's E3. It's video games. Shut up and go.
Matt, over to you.
I agree with Corey on this. There's just no way in hell I would ever pass up a ticket to go to E3, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, I totally understand. I too believe that it's going to be made, that's make-believe. I think for everyone except maybe the Penny Arcade guys, just because they can get kind of douchey about it. Yeah. Like, I agree with them most of the time, but sometimes they're like, this is about principle, and you're like, oh, okay, whatever, and then I move on. But yeah, anybody who said that they weren't going to go, they're going to break down and go anyway.
I'm sorry, an opportunity to play Torchlight 2 is not a reason, and no, I'm sorry, they support SOPA, but I get to play Torchlight 2, right?
So, I did, last E3.
Yeah, so
yeah.
There you go.
So ready for that game to come out.
So am I. 2012, baby.
All right, this is the last one I've got, and you guys can throw in more if you guys need to.
I got one after this.
All right, Matt. Believe or make believe, Grand Theft Auto 5 will be released in 2012.
I'm gonna go with I believe, even though I freaking hate the franchise so much. Yeah, I don't know. Just that's what I think. I don't got anything else on it.
Corey?
I believe Rockstar Games needs to put something new out. They really do. And unfortunately, it's Grand Theft Auto 5. And yes, it looks awesome, but it's Grand Theft Auto again. So I don't know how many more games we have to play of Grand Theft Auto for them to do a new franchise. I don't know why they're not doing more with Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Revolver, why we don't have more of those coming. But okay, if we have to have a Grand Theft Auto, we'll take Grand Theft Auto. But yeah, I believe it'll come out this year.
Yeah,
it looks pretty.
I wasn't, but you're absolutely right. Rockstar doesn't have anything set, slated for 2012. They need to get this out for holiday.
They got to do something because right now, could you think of a whole year without a Rockstar game?
Nope. And at this point, we'll be talking about more than a year.
Yeah, it'll be over a year without.
Because what Red Dead came out in August.
Google. What is my answer?
Yeah. Iris.
Hold on, Matt is looking it up.
Oh, hey, that's a good point. Max Payne 3.
Oh, yeah, true. Max.
Good
Payne
call,
3.
Matt.
Good call,
I did not think about that. You could actually just say that next time.
Yeah, okay. I didn't want to interrupt you guys. You guys
don't. That's how the podcast works. Is you go, hey, you guys, you idiots, forgot about Max Payne 3.
Yeah. So, well, it was okay. So,
because I'm sure that the three people listening were probably thinking the exact same thing. Like, you dumbasses, what about Max Payne 3?
Okay, so Red Dead Redemption was 2010. So that puts Max Payne 3 in May. So maybe they're just focusing on Max Payne 3 and hoping that's their flagship for the year of 2012. And they'll put out... No, I still think they'll put out Grand Theft Auto before the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I still think they're going to do it because I think they need a home run. They need another home run like Red Dead.
Yeah, and Max Payne is not that game. Don't get me wrong, Max Payne looks awesome. And
I think it's going to be a fine game.
But I don't think it's going to be a flagship.
Yeah. I don't think it's something you're going to be building a whole lot on.
Grand Theft Auto always brings a lot of players back to the Rockstar franchise, so I can see that happening.
Yeah. And for whatever reason, that's still, it's still one of the top games in people's minds, for those outside the industry.
Yeah, exactly.
People know it.
8-bit. I was beating people in 8-bit and killing.
Dude, the first Grand Theft Auto was really good.
It was, and I still love it, and I want to play it on my tablet and my phone and all that other stuff. I loved the first Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, good times. It was revolutionary. Cheers.
It was.
Cheers to Grand Theft Auto.
All right, Corey, you said you had one.
Okay, so there's an interesting talk that just actually happened today on January 2012. So we won't say what this podcast
today.
You didn't have to say what day we were recording this, because if it comes out a week later, everybody's going to be like, oh, they did this like a week ago. Blizzard's next-gen MMO, Titan, is requesting, Blizzard just posted online for a franchise development producer. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this person's job will be to work with major consumer brands to facilitate product placement and licensing within the world of Blizzard Entertainment's next-gen MMO that enhances the gameplay experience. So my question to you guys is product placement in games. We'll do care or don't care, just real brief. Care or don't care. Product placement. Because this is about to be in my Blizzard.
I am... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Matt. Do you want to go first?
No, that's all you meant.
All right. Well, so basically, I'm totally okay with it, and here's why. I think that this next MMO, they've done the fantasy thing to death. I think this is going to be definitely a more... It's either going to be in... present day or near future, something where advertisements and billboards are not going to be something that are going to be out of place. This isn't like going to be, oh, hey, Mr. Goblin, let's hang out in this forest. Oh, there's a billboard here. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be, maybe in an urban area or someplace like, even if it was on a desolate, like a post-apocalyptic thing, you could still have advertisements and billboards. I think it's going to be something that it's going to be another way for them to make money, and perhaps that may allow Blizzard to change, the payment, like how payments are going to work. Maybe it won't be strictly a subscription-based model. And if that's the case, then perhaps these advertisements may help give them more variety in, being able to provide that for their players. And, to be honest, billboards and product placement, not exactly something that you're not already, completely blitzed with on the media, both websites, TV, radio, even on Spotify. It doesn't matter. You're getting hit with product placement. So, like if I see one more thing on Spotify for fucking Being Human, I know my wife loves that show, but I really don't give a shit. All right? All I'm saying is you're being constantly bombarded by these advertisements. I don't think having them in an MMO in a video game is really gonna fundamentally change the way you play.
You don't think that? You don't think that perhaps putting a Coca-Cola machine in a StarCraft Universe Online game is going to screw it up at all? Ooh.
I guess it would depend on how the product placement is used, in the game. Like if instead of having, in StarCraft, instead of creating a barracks to make a marine, you had to buy and place the barracks, sponsored by Coca-Cola. I think maybe that's a little pushing it too far. But if I'm hanging out in an urban area in a game, and there just happens to be a billboard there for Coca-Cola, I don't really think that that's going to be,
game breaking.
that big of a deal. Now, if it's a billboard for fucking Pizza Hut, and I can fucking click it and order myself a goddamn pizza in a game, that's fucking awesome.
What do you think this is? EverQuest? Really?
I'm just saying. It's a beautiful idea.
Matt?
Let me think about this. I think it's good as long as it doesn't interfere with gameplay. You know, it definitely helps out with paying for, you know, to keep the game up and running and up to date and all that jazz. It'd be nice for it to be free to play. That's pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as long as there's, you know, nothing like, oh, I'm walking down the street and this guy, like, enters this conversation thing, like in Fallout, and you have to, you know, hey, buy some Coke. And you click no. It's like, too bad, you're going to get some frickin' Coke. And it's like, oh, no. But,
Get some Coke.
like,
sorry, I'm going to be saying that for a while. We're going to have some Coke.
We're gonna have some Coke. It's AggroCast. Time for the AggroCast. We're gonna have some Coke.
Yeah, sponsored by Coke. It's just, if it's just, you know, regular, like, oh, if the TV happens to be on and there's a commercial in the background, like in some random apartment that you're just running through, yeah, that's cool. Or if it's on a billboard, or if like a Coca-Cola truck drives by, I'm fine with that. I'm okay.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
All right, Corey, so lay it down.
Okay, so I'm perfectly okay with this. I am secure in this happening. And you know why? Is because I would like, and I agree with Matt, I would love for it to be free to play, which we all know will probably not happen. But if it could be free to play, and I was playing a StarCraft MMO, and like EverQuest, I could click on a banner in the very top of my screen, and it would order me a Domino's pizza, I'm okay with that. If I have to deal with a little bit of advertisement, it's really not that bad. They have to make money somehow. That's fine. The fact that they're actively looking for somebody to do that makes me think that I'm a little worried and I'm a little excited. I'm worried that the new title that they make ends up on Facebook, just so we're aware, which would make me very bummed. But if they don't, and they decide to use something else, which is this individual to manufacture marketing within the game, I would be okay with that because, like, what is it? Prey 3. Okay, Prey 3 is a very, what is the name of the movie that I'm trying to think of that everybody compares it to? With Harrison Ford and Rutger Hauer. Why can't I think of the name? Blade Runner. It's very Blade Runner-ish. Okay.
Air Force One?
Not that movie. It's very Blade Runner. So running through and seeing a Coke sign or seeing a Burger King sign in like a new age concept, I'm completely fine with that. Yes, you're brainwashing me, but it's awesome because it's part of that world. It fits. It's new age. It's one of those things like, oh, look, in the world 2102, they have Burger King, which is normal to me because I see it every day.
Or Taco Bell wins the what was it called?
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
Taco Bell wins
Corporate Wars or something like that.
Wars. Yeah. That happened, which I'm okay with. It is advertising, and you know what? If Blizzard decides to do it, that's fine. But if they make it subtle, like that, like Blade Runner, like, you know, sci-fi movies, that they're like, oh, by the way, look at this. And it's not straight up in my face, but it's subconscious. I'm perfectly fine with it. Brainwash me. Let's go. You've already done it, Blizzard. I've been playing your game for 7 years. Brainwash me in the next game. But just don't be like, every time I stop, like you said, with Spotify or like Pandora, don't let me play for like 4 hours in a raid and all of a sudden be like, oh, let's have a commercial break. And I'd be done.
Yeah, that would definitely. Yeah, if there were commercial breaks,
I'd lose it.
That would be a problem.
I don't.
That would be a problem.
Do not put commercial breaks in my video games. I would be livid.
Right. You know, I think, you know, kind of building off of that is, I think it shows. Again, we're back to people make a big deal out of a lot of things. Really what this probably more indicates is that Blizzard takes this very seriously, and they're trying to bring in someone in order to get a plan started and have a vision for how this is going to work, so that this is in place well in advance and is well researched before they ever put this out for people to consume.
Yeah.
So I think this shows more of responsibility to their consumers than it does, necessarily a time for us to freak out. I really think that this is Blizzard showing that they really do give a shit about what people think and about what's best for their consumers, and I hate admitting that.
Yeah, I'm going to take that. Hold on, I'm recording this.
I am recording this, but but in all seriousness, I think this says a lot more than the people freaking out about it.
Yeah, it really shows that you have a company that's like, you know what, I'm not going to just put a billboard while you're running by a sign and all in a city and just keep running, and you're like, oh look, so and so, keep going. Click on here if you want to buy a free Coke. That doesn't. I love Coke. It's not,
obviously
it's not going to happen, which is great. Which is, I hope that Blizzard does it the best way humanly possible, and I look forward to seeing what they're going to do. And we'll see what happens, honestly. But that's my opinion, and I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was a very interesting discussion.
All right, Matt, you have anything for the for Believe, Make Believe, or Care Don't Care?
Yeah, Matt's got a boatload. Go ahead, Matt.
No, I don't. I got
lies.
Sorry, guys, I got nothing.
Oh, come on! There's nothing you want to talk about. Nothing. Long walks on the beach, candlelit dinners. Come on now.
Candlelit dinners. Putting me on the spot here. I gotta think.
Yeah, that's right. We'll put you on the spot. You're on a podcast. We can do that.
Terrible.
Okay, let's do just something real quick before the end of the podcast.
Okay.
What is your most anticipated game of this year?
For me, it would have to be. I don't want to say BioShock Infinite because you're just gonna hang up.
Oh no, you can say BioShock Infinite. That's fine. Just we have another half an hour to kill.
To be honest,
are you really looking forward to BioShock Infinite?
I am, yeah, but I'm really looking forward to Lollipop Chainsaw. To be honest.
Oh, hot chick killing zombies.
Yeah, that's right up my alley.
Chainsaws. Yeah. It's like having a mini mic, Brian. Okay, so
no, okay.
But you think? Wait.
I have to ask you this then.
Yeah.
Before we let this get any further, Matt, do you have figures that you can take the clothes off of and put them back on them?
Oh
no, I do not.
Okay, you don't have dolls.
You're
right?
good.
No.
You're fine. You don't have dolls.
Okay.
Mike at GNitro on Twitter. That was for you. So explain to me why you're looking forward to that game.
The Grindhouse feel to it. I've always been attracted to the Grindhouse movies, crappy B-horror movies and stuff, I love that jazz. And the fact that, we have this friggin' cute, happy-go-lucky girl with a chainsaw sitting there lopping off zombies' heads and they're throwing into basketball hoops. I mean, it's crowd cheers. That's awesome.
That's, you know what? I'm a fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so I'm totally with you. I'm on that. Let's go. No, Brian?
All right.
No?
All right.
Okay, Brian, what's your game of the year?
Right now, my most anticipated game for 2012, Torchlight 2.
Yeah.
I gotta get me. I'm telling you, man. I played it for like 15 minutes. I didn't want to get up. I just want to sit there and fucking play that game. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to go back and play.
I swear, if you don't play with me, I'm going to be mad.
But, so really that's probably, I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy 13-2, but I'm going to get that in like a week.
Yeah.
Looks
like Kingdoms of Amular comes out in like 2 weeks, so I'm just waiting for that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully after the podcast, I'm going to put the demo back on and I won't be blind.
Oh, you can always put it on your Xbox. Oh, wait, you can't.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Well, at this point now, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting until I get my Star Wars Kinect Xbox. My fucking R2-D2 Xbox when that comes. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, nice. Well played, sir. That's all I got. That's all I got.
All right. What about you, Corey? What's your anticipated? You got Kingdoms of Amular?
No.
Amular?
Amular. God willing, and the creek don't rise. Diablo 3. That's my game of the year that I would like to come out. But honestly, Torchlight 2 is up there. I haven't been excited for a game. Like, Trine 2 just came out, and I played it. And don't get me wrong, I love Trine 2, because I love the first Trine.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really looking forward to the new one. But there's something about Torchlight, that whole... If Diablo 3 doesn't get released, and Torchlight 2 does, I'll be okay. Because I will be able to play that game and get my dungeon running, just platformer action game. I can't wait. I was going to put Kingdoms of Amular, and actually before this podcast I thought about it. I was going to put Kingdoms of Amular on my list, and I really couldn't wait for that game. And I can't wait. We're about 2 weeks away, and I'm really excited for it. But I think that after playing Skyrim for over 100 hours, and, spending all the time in that game and doing everything I possibly could, and then just I got burnt out. And I'm afraid I'm going to have the same thing with Kingdoms of Amular. I'm going to play that game. I'm going to love the storyline. I'm going to play the whole thing all the way through and do everything I possibly can. And I'm just going to get burnt out. And I'm going to be like, all right, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm going to go play something else for a little while. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking forward to Torchlight 2 because now with the multiplayer aspect, I can play my game at home and really enjoy it. And if I really want, I could be like, hey, Brian, do you want to play something? Let's hop on. And I think that was like, last year, one of my games that I loved for the year last year was Terraria, because I had that option that I could play by myself, or I could hop on a server and play with my buddies. And It was very simple. It was very easy. It was very 2D. I don't want to say 2D Minecraft because it actually separated itself from Minecraft. But it was a really great game and a lot of fun. And I played online and offline. And I'm looking forward to that with Torchlight 2. I'm looking forward to having that ability to play online and offline with my buddies, where I'm not worried about what level I'm at versus what armor I'm in and what level I'm at. Because you know what? I'm ready to go play with Brian. Brian's engineer, and I'm a caster character, and we just rock whatever we're playing for a couple hours and then call it a day. I'm looking forward to that. And that's why I'm looking forward to Diablo 3. But till then, Torchlight 2 is number one on my list this year.
Hells yeah.
Hells yes.
I am so very serious, man. You just start playing and it feels like you're like, oh shit, where has this game been? I love this game.
Yeah.
Like, you feel like you just picked up right where you left off playing the first one.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
Oh, it feels so good.
Epic.
And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to being able to have a simple game that requires very little... I don't want... And this is another knock at Blizzard. I don't want to have to worry about the other 24 people in my raid. I don't have to worry about the other 3 guys in my SWTOR Flashpoint. I want to be able to say, me and my buddy went and rocked like the next 9 levels, and it was epic. And that's it. Yep. I had a dog. He had a cat. It was amazing. But that's what I want. I want simple gameplay. I want hack and slash, simplistic. And I think that's kind of one of the things that's kind of thrown me off on BioShock. I don't want to have to listen to a bunch of storyline. Although, like we said at the beginning of the podcast, I love SWTOR for their storyline. It's a lot of fun. It's very immersive. But that's for a different reason, and that's because I have a one-player game in my MMO. Whereas BioShock is a one-player game. Period. So I know what I'm kind of getting into.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Torchlight 2 for the win.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, God. I'm just so ready for that to come out.
Splooge.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. All right, so I think we should wrap up our little bit of CES and 2012 predictions show. Corey, people can find you at where?
Oh, you guys can.
I can find you pretty easily.
Really?
But what about people who, the other 3 people listening to the show? Where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Mythic Griffin, MythicGriffon. You can find me at AggroGamer at Mythic Griffin. You can find me on email at cdockendorf at AggroGamer.com. Please email me whatever the hell you guys are thinking, because I would love to talk to you. And you can also check...
Sucks.
That's funny. Or you can check out my blog, which I just did, which is coreydockendorf.blogspot.com, which is the blog of Mythic Griffin. You can hop on there. I just post videos of strange crap that I think is cool, or I repost a bunch of podcasts. You guys can catch me there any time of the day. But Twitter's like, if you can get me on Twitter, I'll talk to you, I'll chat with you, I'll let you know what I'm thinking. By all means, get me at Mythic Griffin, and we'll go from there.
All right, Matt, lay it down.
All right. On Twitter, you can catch me at Shredding Ruin. That's Ruin spelled R-U-E-N. Email, you can check me out at jthm773@gmail.com. And of course, you can always find me on the Pwn Network at Ruin, R-U-E-N.
Sweet. And of course, you can always find me on Facebook, Pwned, AggroGamer, and Twitter as Quiglin, Q-U-I-G-L-I-N, or email me at bbentley, that's B-E-N-T-L-E-Y, at AggroGamer.com, and send us your comments and anything you guys want to talk about on the podcast. So, yes, I promise Corey and the other 2 people listening that we will have more podcasts.
Yay!
I'm making this promise.
2012, it's a new resolution.
Yes, yeah, which I'm sure will last a whole week or 2.
At least.
All right, guys. Looks like we have a lot to look forward to 2012. So let's get ready for it. All right.
All right, guys.
So everyone, have a great rest of your week or whatever. Whenever I can actually get this to David, hopefully tomorrow. So hopefully you'll be able to see this soon. So take care of yourselves, and we are out. Peace.
Happy Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year.
Woo!